What is up, friends and family of YouTube? Today, we're going to be replacing the old, crusty, rock-hard hoses on my SG5 JDM Forester. This is a must-do modification. Sorry, my neighbor must be taking something out, the trash. But anyway, this is a must-do modification. I got these hoses off a store on eBay called TT Racing. They're multi-layer silicone. Now, why do you think we should do this? Well, the hoses on that thing are absolutely rock hard. I kind of suspect that there's a possibility of a boost leak somewhere. I can kind of hear it. And the Forester, I think, as you guys are aware, is underperforming, in my opinion. We imported two of them, and the silver one had more get up and go. They felt the same once they were up there in speed, but the silver one had way more get up and go than mine. So I bought these off eBay, TT Racing. They're super high quality. Like I said, must do, because I bet you 90% of the hoses on that thing need to be replaced, as I'm sure you'll see in the video. This kit did come with some brand new stainless steel clamps, which is great. This one was half off, I think. I'll put a screenshot in there, but I got this one for about 125 bucks Canadian. And comparing for the same kit on eBay, they were like 225. So basically half. I'm not sure why, the rhyme or reason to it, but I got this one for a good price. 125 bucks is a great deal. As soon as this thing came back from getting the timing belt and the radiator done, the hose up top started leaking really bad, and the hose at the bottom started leaking really bad. And it's because the hoses just need replaced. So if you're going to do those two, you just have an idea of what the other ones are like. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before I do that, in addition, I just want to tell you guys that we are going to test fit the intercooler off the STi just to see what we're going to run into for problems. I shouldn't have too many problems with it. I did order the appropriate hoses from Mishimoto, as you'll see. The only thing, there's a couple small fitment issues that guys run into. So let's try and fit this on while we're doing the hoses, since I'm going to take the intercooler off the Forester anyway. All right, guys. So good news is that the Mishimoto elbow will work, I think. If anything, it's too big. So if I compare it to the OEM one, it is longer. So I will have to shave that down, but it's not a bad thing. And the reason why it's not a bad thing is because I'm hitting right here on this wastegate hose. And I don't recall ever hearing anyone have that issue. So that's super strange to me. Now looking at this hose has been obliterated, so I will be replacing that. Here's my factory boost pill right there, you can see. So when this goes on, I'm having none of the left-hand drive issues with the AC lines, because they are already low on the right-hand drive. The only problem I'm having is hitting my wastegate line. Looks like that mount will be able to work, but just barely, and I might have to get a longer coupler here. So good thing I'm not putting it in just yet, but it looks like it's definitely doable. But I am gonna have to somehow make it lift it off this, or it'll just ride that line. So if one of you have done this swap, let me know what your solution is to that. If I put a new line on it, it'll be better, obviously. That one's just falling apart. Maybe I'll have to get a new bracket off the turbo, which is definitely a possibility. But anyway, it fits-ish. It's going to be small modifications, though, that need to be done. All right, guys, good news is I found a major boost leak. This T, the top was barely hanging on, and I should have looked before because I suspected it, because the silver one we purchased was way faster than mine. quicker. Mine would get up to speed, but the silver one would get quicker. So this was the trusty OEM one, and it was broken right at the top. Then I tried to take the whole contraption apart, and everything just started crumbling. So that's another great idea, is when you get these things, go through the vac lines, because you might be suffering from a massive vac leak as well and not even know it. Luckily, I had a straight through piece to replace the one that broke here, because when you take them off, they break. And then I had a T, which barely fits this line, but it does. And I think this is going to work great. So I'm super stoked. I'm going to put zip ties on it, and this thing will probably rip after. So I'm excited. Bad news is I haven't started the hoses yet. All right, ladies and gents, it's going okay, slowly but surely. You got to get one out of the package. You got to see where it fits. Some of them are really distinct, like this guy here, like that angle. There's no way that belongs to anything else. So let's see how this goes on. Down there, if you can see it. There is some crusty hoses here, people. I would not be surprised if there's a boost leak lurking somewhere, because yeah, I'm super glad I'm doing this, to be honest with you. So not only does it, you know, make the engine bay a little more ricey, but you get some high quality non-crusty hoses, so win-win. All right, YouTube fam, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I did find where most of them go. For instance, this one goes down there and it connects to that guy, but I'm not gonna do that one until this comes out. That way I have some place to pull. Right now it's in between two metal tube and the intake, and I don't want to finick with this, because if this breaks open, then I can't drive the vehicle until a new one comes. That one goes there. This one goes here, but I'm not sure if I want to put it there just because it seals so nice right now. This one doesn't. I located this one, this one, this one. Now, in order to do those nicely, the airbox has to come out. The coolant needs dropped pretty much for the rest of them. Besides the odd air one there, air here, air here. The rest are coolant. So I'm going to do that when I'm going to do the coolant when the thermostat arrives. Drop it, replace all of the hoses here, all of the hoses there. Top rad hose, bottom rad hose. I also have a new thermostat housing on the way. But one thing I wanted to mention is when you guys are doing this, do not replace this hose here. This is your brake booster hose, and it has a check valve in it. If you do want to replace it, make sure you take the check valve out. I have never done it. On my STi, I replaced it and had nothing but issues. Obviously, because you're getting boost into your diaphragm of your brake booster, so that's bad. Do not replace that hose. If you do, properly transfer the check valve into the new hose. So that's pretty much all I have today. I'm super glad I fixed my major boost leak. Like, this was cracked. This was completely cracked, like half hanging. And I'm hoping this stays. If it doesn't, I'll have to transfer this boost pill into a new silicone hose. No big deal, really. But I'm going to go test this thing. Replaced most of the old crusty hoses, so I'm super stoked about that. It's going to look better in here. It's going to have higher quality hoses. The hoses that came off are crusty. I can't even squish that. This is the PCV hose, so this might, on the STi, this one was leaking here. It was all cracked. So, anyway, rock hard hose. Like, look at all that, guys. That's exactly why you want to replace these things. So I think it's going to do wonders for the thing. There are some hoses I have no idea where they go, like this one, for instance, right now. No idea where this thing goes. I don't really have a right angle hose other than the brake booster one up there. So I'll just go along when the coolant's dropped and replace pretty much everything that I can. But that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video and if you enjoy this sort of stuff, make sure to stop by the channel more often. Check out the videos that I do have on the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, everybody. Peace. All right, guys, I know the video has quote unquote ended, but I just wanted to tell you the results. This thing flies now. I am super happy that I did my hoses today. Not because I did my hoses today, because I found 2 major boost leaks. Okay? I found the boost leak in the straight through thing, the straight through adapter that broke inside. That guy. And this wasn't even attached. My Lord. Now this thing flies. You feel all 240, 250 horsepower or whatever this EJ205 puts out. Not quite sure, but it rips. I was just on a little bit of gravel, just a little bit. And it spun all 4. Super stoked. Might have to move the line just a bit because it is touching the heat shield on the turbo, although it is silicone. I'm not sure if it'll do anything really. Might just tuck it all back there a little more. I'll figure that out. But either way, boost leaks are fixed. We got some hoses replaced, started, and I'm super stoked. I already said my bit on the video. So you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll chat with you soon.